Hey everyone, I'm Michael and welcome to another video. I have not made videos in a while. I have not done a lot of dev updates of Socially Distant or really anything like that in a while. And as you can probably tell, I am not on Windows or Linux. I am on Mac. And all of those topics are related, trust me. This video is going to be pretty long and unedited, so I apologize in advance, but I don't have access to things like my Stream Deck right now, and I don't edit videos even on Windows, let alone on Mac, so bear with me. So, why haven't I been making videos or Socially Distant dev updates or anything like that? Well, I haven't been making videos because, quite frankly, it's difficult for me. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have a Stream Deck and all that wonderful stuff for making the actual controlling OBS and stuff during live streams and such easy. That's not the issue. The real issue is actually commentating and narrating things. As you can probably tell, I'm not great at it. Some people say I am, but I think they're horribly wrong, and I know for a fact I am struggling with it. If I'm not saying every 2 goddamn seconds, I am stumbling over my words and, saying the wrong things that I'm thinking about and talking faster than I'm thinking or thinking faster than I'm talking, and it throws me off. And of course, I can't read a script, I can't read a teleprompter, none of that's gonna work for me because of my blindness, and of course I can't have a spoken prompt because I cannot listen to a screen reader while talking. It's not a thing I'm able to do, so that's off the table as well. So that's been something I've been really struggling with, is actually being able to talk in my videos. The solution to that would be edit the mistakes out, but that takes a lot more time, and I barely have a lot of time to do things as it is. As you may know, I am the lead programmer of Restitched and Socially Distant, and that alone is difficult for someone who isn't blind managing 2 games. So you can probably guess I don't have a whole lot of time to focus on that kind of stuff. So that's why I haven't been making many YouTube videos recently, and I don't foresee that changing unless some sort of serious miracle happens. So I apologize for that, but I will still make the occasional video every month or so like this one, and I will still occasionally do dev streams. As far as Socially Distant goes, the game's not dead. I just haven't been making dev updates for it because I'm working on parts of the game that are not interesting to talk about. It's as simple as that. I'm working on redoing some of the UI in Unity UI Toolkit. I'm working on getting the game working on Mac. And I'm working on a lot of behind-the-scenes management stuff with the team and, getting the game ready for things like a reveal trailer and its first few playtest builds. And that's not really stuff I can show in a dev update. It's a lot of behind the scenes. So I haven't really had anything to update you guys on, unfortunately. But I still do talk about a lot of development in the Discord server, so if you're there, then great, but if you're not, there's a link in the description below where you can join. Now, on to why I'm on macOS. Already, I mentioned one of the reasons is I want to get the game working on Mac. I want to get Socially Distant working on Mac, and I want to get some of my other projects working on Mac. I just recently got my screen reader plugin in NetBrains Rider working on it, which is really handy. But there is another reason I'm on Mac, and it's, depending on who you are, it's either going to surprise you or it's not going to surprise you. I've tried every single major desktop operating system that's relevant. I've tried Windows, I grew up on it. I've tried Linux, I am very, very, very good at using Linux in a lot of cases. And I can find my way around Arch, I can find my way around Ubuntu, there I go with the word jumble. I can find my way around Debian and Fedora and, all the major distros. I know what I'm doing. I used to try macOS back when I was a kid, but beyond that, I haven't tried it. And that is what led me to really thinking about things for a little while. I can get around Linux, I know what I'm doing. I can get around Windows, I know what I'm doing. But just because I know what I'm doing doesn't mean I enjoy doing it. Windows has a lot of problems with user experience and accessibility. And I would love to do a second part of this video where I actually hop onto my Windows system. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do. There's going to be 3 videos. I'm going to do one video right now basically explaining things. The next video I'm going to do is going to be on my Windows system, where I actually show you some of the problems I have on Windows that really slow me down and make the entire experience of using Windows just completely awful for me as a blind person. Then the third video I'm going to make is going to be back on my Mac, and I'm going to show you guys all the same things I did in Windows, in macOS, and why they are so much better. But first of all, I'm going to give you guys an idea of some of the things that I'm going to be showing in the next 2 videos. I want to cover macOS and Windows in terms of a few primary categories. I want to show you guys how I feel about control in the operating system. That is the idea that the operating system should give you control, not control you. I want to talk to you guys about consistency in the UI, so having things look and behave the same way across the operating system depending on what application you're using. That's things like dark themes applying when you have dark mode enabled system-wide versus light themes. That's where your window controls are, how you get to your menus, keyboard shortcuts, how all that stuff works. Conveyance, how easy is it to get from point A to point B in the operating system based on no prior information or experience. How do I perform a task without Googling it or asking a friend? And I want to talk to you guys about, I'm actually working off of an existing video I saw years ago for the 4 C's, but I cannot remember the 4th C, but I'm going to make up my own categories. I want to talk to you guys about accessibility, how it's like to use both Windows and macOS as a blind person using assistive technology built into the OS. And I want to talk to you guys about just general issues I have with Windows, issues I have with macOS, things I like about macOS, things I like about Windows. So, without further ado, let me show you guys some stuff on macOS that I really do like to get this started. And then the next video, I'm going to show you guys things in Windows that infuriate me. So one of the things I really like about macOS, particularly, is, and I will go into this in a little more detail, I'm going to hint at something. If I hit, on my main monitor here, if I hit Control space, or Command space, sorry, and type in Unity Hub, and hit Enter, you can see Unity Hub is launching. It takes a little while because it's an M1 Mac Mini, perhaps the lowest spec M1 you can get, but there's Restitched, there's Socially Distant. Hit Command Q, and it's gone. Okay. That's something I really like about macOS, and I'm not going to explain why until the next video. I'm not going to explain what I just showed you, because there's a lot going on there, and it's incredibly important. But that's the next video. And another thing I like about macOS is if I hit Control and scroll up, I'm zoomed in now. You can see my little mouse cursor is taking up a 32-inch 4K monitor right now. And I can move it around. And, there's the Apple logo and the Finder menu and all that stuff. Really large text, and I can read this. If I hit Control, scroll down, we're zoomed back out. There's a lot going on there that I will explain in the next video. So, with that said, I've been Michael, as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Apologies for not making many videos recently, but this is going to be a little mini-series on macOS versus Windows, and let's get started. And with that said, I've been Michael, as always. Thanks for watching. I repeated myself, and I will see you guys in the next video. And I can never get this intro right. Oh my god. Alright. And that is really awkward to do without the Stream Deck. Oh my god. I will sort that out later. Alright. 3, 2, 1, see yas.